Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more FIFA 20 Career Mode rebuilds here today on the channel. If you want to see more rebuilds like this, the best thing you guys can do is to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on, let me know in the comments, feedback and suggestions, and feel free to leave a dislike. The main objective of my FIFA 20 Career Mode rebuilds is to win as much silverware as possible on Ultimate difficulty, with an emphasis on transfers and tactics to win at all means against the top European sides, our rivals, and getting to finals, with the main objective of winning the UEFA Champions League. Also got to give a huge shout out to Mr. Rebuild himself, Jared HD. I've made the decision from now on that all my FIFA Career Mode rebuilds will be a culmination of my episodically released Career Mode series. A bit of a montage, if you will, so we can have the best of both worlds. Hour-long Career Mode content and episodically released videos. Now, understandably, this style of edited rebuild will have some slight continuity errors within my commentary, calling things episodes and asking for signings and feedback when the series is already concluded. But apart from that, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this hour-long Career Mode series, and I have more to come. Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more FIFA 20 Career Mode here today on the channel. We're back on Fiverr's Realism mod on version 2.1. Here today, we're going to be starting an Ultimate difficulty career as Bayern Munich. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on, let me know in the comments feedback and suggestions for the series and players you would like me to sign. The main objective for this series is to win the Bundesliga, the Pokal, and of course the UEFA Champions League. So let's rebuild Bayern Munich here today together. Now, Bayern Munich are a fascinating club in the world of football. We have a very strong squad, but we do need to tinker with it somewhat. So I think my best formation is a 4-3-3 attack. That is what I'm more comfortable with. We're going to have Robert Lewandowski leading the line. We're going to have Gnabry on the right. We're going to have Coutinho on the left. I am looking to bring in a couple of signings here. I feel like we need an attacking midfielder just to unlock the potential of that forward three. I also think we potentially might need an additional striker, centre back, and maybe like a world-class midfielder. We just need a couple more positions here, and we can be hopefully a competitive side in Europe to win those trophies and clutch them. So I've added a couple of players here to my shortlist that I like the look of. KDB, Kevin De Bruyne, former Wolfsburg player, of course. Toni Kroos, a former Bavarian. And obviously we've got the likes of Roberto Firmino there as well. Griezmann does look likely that he could leave Barcelona once football resumes. And maybe Firmino, getting him coming back to the Bundesliga, the former Hoffenheim striker. So I'm currently negotiating here with Pep Guardiola to see how much the services of KDB is going to cost me. And it's going to cost me 150 million to get the best attacking midfielder in world football. And I've made the decision to go out and sign KDB. He's a world-class attacking midfielder. We just need someone to link the whole team together. Now, we have gone out and sold some players to make this transfer go through. Czech Tiloso has gone to Watford for 33 mil, and we've also sold Javi Martinez to West Ham for 15 million pounds. Some of the top other signings: Sane has left to join Real Madrid for 83 million. Telles has joined Liverpool. Oscar's joined Man City. Guerrero's joined Atletico Madrid. Now, what I like about FIFA's realism mod, if Bayern Munich were to go out and sign one world-class player, it'd probably cost them their entire budget, 100 to 150 million. So here is the squad that we're going to be playing and fighting for this season. It's a 4-3-3, obviously the attacking front three. De Bruyne in the attacking midfield, Thiago supplementing, Goretzka on the right, Kimmich, Sul, Hernandez and Alba making up the back line, and Manuel Neuer in goal. We've got Thomas, Muller, Coleman, Perisic and Davies off the bench, along with Jerome Boateng. So welcome to the first match of today's video. We face Borussia Dortmund in the Super Cup. And then we have the first match of the season against Hertha Berlin. Let's get stuck into Dortmund. Okay guys, welcome to the first match of the series. We're facing Borussia Dortmund here today. A lot of our former players, of course, Matt Hummels, Mario Götze, and we are using FIFA's realism mod, and we are using the realistic crowd mod. As you can see, very much in real life, the spectators are not there. Football's being cancelled. We're going to be playing in an empty stadium for this series, using the empty stadium mod, which I think is quite cool. So let's have a look at Dortmund's team. So they've got Haaland up front. They've actually signed Callahan, and they're playing a 3 at the back formation, trying to flood the midfield, because trying to break down the midfield 3 of KDB, Thiago Alcantara and Goretzka is going to be difficult for Dortmund. But let's get stuck into them here today. Bayern Munich surging forward. Robert Lewandowski takes a touch and gets the first shot off at Berkey. Goretzka, looking to be my box-to-box midfielder for the series. Gnabry on the right, cuts back. Gnabry in the box, keeps on going, puts it aerially to KDB. It's KDB, Kevin De Bruyne, to score his first goal of the Bayern Munich career mode. The former Chelsea outcast, the former Wolfsburg man and Manchester City man, makes it 1-0 with not the most prolific of headers. It was sort of kind of wet and dampened there, but Berkey must have got body blocked or just vision blocked there, because he didn't make an attempt, which is what I hate to see, but it took a bobble away from the defender. Berkey concedes to make it 1-0 from a magnificent goal by Kevin De Bruyne. First goal of the season, get in. Royce with a free kick in a dangerous area, 29 yards out. Hazard steps over. Royce puts it straight at Neuer. Now this is our first chance this season to get a piece of silverware. Gnabry's intercepted there really well. KDB looking to send Gnabry. Gnabry keeps on going. He's burn Axel Witsel. And that's a handball. Come on, EA. Joshua Kimmich now with the corner kick. Alba puts it wide. Sul. Goretzka back to Coutinho. And he's offside there. Berkey trying to bring it out from the back now. It's bobbling around. It's a good header by Robert Lewandowski. He's won it. Goretzka gets it on the deck. I've also made the decision to play Kimmich as a right back this season. I still think the midfield 3 of Goretzka, KDB and Thiago is enough. Alba is only 83 rated now, so we might need to look to get a new left back. Oh, he's been beaten there. David Alaba. His potential's gone down so much. He used to be like a 90, 87 rated player in previous FIFAs, or have the potential to go that far. Alright, it's time to make some substitutions here now. We've got a couple of options. Obviously, Thomas Muller will be playing as a striker. Coleman and Perisic are going to come fresh off the bench. However, we do have Alphonso Davies, the Canadian international, who has a cracking left foot and is 95 pace. We'll bring him on for now. I think that's going to be my triple threat. We'll rotate Ivan Perisic in the Croatian international. Thiago Alcantara from range, looking to curl it in. Can't quite make it. We really want to try and put this match away, but Davies, with his 95 pace, is burnt too. It's Alphonso Davies! Couldn't quite curl that one around. 79 rated. The left-hand sided player is the embodiment of David Alaba. We've got a free kick here in a dangerous area. 28 yards out. David Alaba is going to step up and try and take this one. Curling it around the head of Brandt, and it's gone far right of the post. Davies, look at his immaculate pace. Goretzka, a nice 1-2 pass. It's Davies to cut back. Muller, it's Thomas Muller, just putting it wide of the post as well. We've managed to hold on for this match, but 1-0, especially later in the season, is not going to cut it. Brandt. To Haaland. And Haaland gets the shot on target. But that's it. The full-time whistle has blown. We've managed to beat Borussia Dortmund here with the most beautiful result in football. A 1-0 victory in the Super Cup. We have basically won Germany's equivalent of the Community Shield. The Super Cup is under Bavarian control for now. Okay guys, welcome to the first match of the season. We host Hertha Berlin at home at the Allianz Arena. Let's start off this season with a bang. We're still playing our 4-3-3 formation. Real Madrid have spent a whopping 160 million on transfers. So, depending on if we sell more players who comes in and out, we've got 40 million in the bank. So maybe in the next episode we can buy some more players. Let me know in the comments players you would like me to sign. The Bundesliga license in the background, of course. Let's get stuck into Hertha Berlin. Now, Hertha Berlin are a pretty cool side. They've got a lot of interesting players, so we've really got to watch out for them. They are trying to be the dominant force and undisputed club in Berlin, the capital of Germany. So let's get stuck into them. Thiago now, back to Robert Lewandowski, turns his man quickly. It's Robert Lewandowski. Can't quite clutch it. KDB surging forward. That's what I want to see a lot from this series. I want him charging forward from the front. In my opinion, he's the best attacking midfielder in world football, and hopefully can bring a trophy to Bayern Munich. But it's Goretzka to start off the scoring here in the first match of the Bayern Munich Ultimate Difficulty Career Series on FIFA's Realism mod. 1-0. Here's the scoreline. I'll put in the description below FIFA's Realism mod if you guys would like to download it and play along with me. Along with the No Crowd mod. You do need the PC version of FIFA, of course. Robert Lewandowski. Back to KDB. Goretzka is forced to go from range, and that's a good strike. Goretzka again is oozing with confidence going forward. He's on fire. Hertha trying to bring it out from the back. Goretzka intercepts once more. Turns his man. Can't get the flick on. Keeps on going past McGregor. Coutinho fake shots Wolf. It's Thiago Alcantara to put it straight at the goalkeeper. Thiago, the Spanish international, to find the great pole. It's Robert Lewandowski to score his first goal of the Bayern Munich Career Series. Robert Lewandowski has some of the best heading and finishing of all strikers in career mode, but his agility and forward movement and momentum is a little bit sluggish for me sometimes, so he's a bit of a controversial striker to play as in FIFA. I'd rather personally play with someone like an Aubameyang. Hertha have a chance here, but they can't get it past Neuer. So really, we might need to restructure our backline somewhat, but we've got a perfect midfield three. I think it's quite balanced. KDB attacking going forward, Goretzka being the box-to-box, and Thiago Alcantara dominating the passing. We haven't really got a defensively minded midfielder, but we have a lot of fantastic passes of the ball throughout the entire pitch, so we're going to be able to hold and dominate possession. We don't need like a Kante or an Idrissi Gunagay to break up and sort of distribute the ball in that sense. Hertha pushing forward here, trying to break Neuer's clean sheet, and they do. Good goal there from Hertha, 2-1 in the 90th minute there. A small lapse of concentration, and the AI has punished me. So guys, unfortunately it's time to end the first episode of the Bayern Munich Career Series here. Thank you very much for watching. In the next episode, we're going to hopefully continue on our path to winning the treble. Is against Schalke away, and then we face Hoffenheim. So if you like the sound of that and want to support this career series, the best thing you guys can do is to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on, let me know in the comments feedback and suggestions for the series and players you would like me to sign. We also have transfer deadline day, and we hopefully can make some new signings. In the last episode, we managed to sign KDB, Kevin De Bruyne, to lead from the front in attacking midfield. Hopefully he can be the key maestro and link this Bayern Munich side together and pull us through to some trophies. So we're facing Schalke. They're playing a 4 at the back formation. A lot of good players: Kenny, Sane, Nastasic. They've got Mascarella. Oh, they've actually gone out and signed Lanzini from West Ham. Interesting. Okay. The main objective of this series is to go out and try and win the treble, the Bundesliga, the Pokal, and the UEFA Champions League. I'll consider this series a failure if we don't do either of those trophies. To be honest, we need to win as much silverware as possible. In the last episode, we did beat Borussia Dortmund in the Super Cup, and we started off the season with a 2-1 victory over Hertha Berlin. Schalke on the attack here. Goretzka intercepts to start a Bayern Munich counter-attack. Robin Lewandowski. Kimmich on the overlapping fullback run from right back, cuts back to Gnabry. Kimmich back to Goretzka. De Bruyne turns his man. De Bruyne goes for goal and hits the crossbar. Nastasic clears. We are using the realism mod, and with that added difficulty from Ultimate. And we are using the no crowd mod as well. I'll put in the description below. You only can access these mods if you have FIFA on PC. But unfortunately, in the 42nd minute there, we go 1-0 down to Schalke. John Joe Kennedy starts off the scoring. David Alaba from left back, trying to build up something. Robert Lewandowski, Goretzka. Back to KDB. He turns his man. Coutinho burns Mascarella. It's Coutinho. And with his new home in Bavaria, can't quite convert there. Sane gives away a penalty in the 68th. Robert Lewandowski, our designated penalty kick taker, is going to step up. Sane only getting a yellow. The number 9, the Polish international, looking to bend it to the left, and he misses. It's saved by Schalke there. 1-0 down against Schalke. A huge derby in the Bundesliga. I don't know what it's called though. I can't remember the nickname for it. Obviously, the Klassiker is the one with Borussia Dortmund. But there's always been a huge rivalry between Schalke and Munich. Of course, there was wasn't there like border riots when Manuel Neuer signed from Schalke to Bayern. There was that huge controversy with the ultras. De Bruyne. Muller turns his man fresh off the bench. And it looks like for the second game of the season, Bayern Munich might be down and out for the count. We just can't seem to create something against Schalke's back three. But Kingsley Coleman's broken away here and couldn't get the flick on. One last throw in here. Kimmich surges forward. Ivan Perisic, the newly signed Croat. Thiago Alcantara trying to find Thomas Muller, who hits the post! And it's just one of those matches in FIFA. You win some, you lose some. The momentum isn't with you. And unfortunately, we did lose to Schalke 1-0 here today. 5 shots to 3, 1-1. We dominated them, but the scoreline didn't reflect it. Alrighty guys, now with blowing most of my transfer cash on Kevin De Bruyne, which I did see was essential, we needed one world-class player. It does make it difficult with Bayern's finances. We can't compete with the likes of Chelsea, Barcelona, PSG and Real Madrid on the European stage a decade ago. So we're going to have to find players that have been transfer listed and are on a cash basis. I'd love to get the likes of Griezmann, Roberto Firmino, Koulibaly, Kroos, but we've actually gone out and scouted a really good deal here. Milik, the former Ajax player and soon to be Napoli, has handed in his transfer request. 25 years of age, he's Polish. And we've launched a £35 million bid for the striker. We do have Thomas Muller, but we don't have a proper backup striker. Thomas Muller can play all over the pitch. He's a very high-functioning player, attacking midfield, central, right. He's kind of like a Kimmich as well, obviously like the sort of forward line of it. But we haven't got an in-and-out striker, because you never know. Robert Lewandowski could get injured for this series, and having and relying on Thomas Muller leading the line is too risky, in my opinion. So we've launched a £35 million bid for Milik. Obviously, he knows Robert Lewandowski in the international scene and based in Poland, so maybe that could tempt him over. Coming to the last 5 hours in transfer deadline day, will Milik become a Bayern Munich player? And he has. He has signed for the club. We've signed Milik, 25 years of age, 83 overall. Apparently, we overpaid slightly, but we now have a new backup striker, more or less a target man than sort of the creative finisher that Robert Lewandowski is. So, after 6 games played, we sit on 15 points in the Bundesliga. Dortmund currently lead in first. Goetze is the top goal scorer, and we lead Hertha Berlin as well. So let's get stuck into another match in the Bundesliga. And would you believe it, Robert Lewandowski's been injured, so he's going to be out for a couple of matches. However, we have a like-for-like replacement in nationality. Speaking, Milik will be leading the line for Bayern Munich against Hoffenheim, the remnants of Julian Nagelsmann. Obviously now he's at Rasenball Leipzig. But let's have a look at this Hoffenheim squad. They still have a lot of good players. They still have Grilic, who I really do like. They also have this defender, Stark, as well. I don't think they're playing him in this, but in Football Manager he's really good. Rudi in the midfield as well. But Grilic is a fantastic budget career mode player. If you need him for like an EPL budget side, I highly recommend Florian Grilic. Goretzka, looking to build something up here. We are trailing in third in the Bundesliga. We need to snap our shit together and get some wins on the ladder. Thiago Alcantara, Goretzka, Hoffenheim blocking our passing lanes. KDB goes for goal. Can we get the flick on? Milik can't quite get to it. Hopefully, he has a long, glorious and illustrious career at Bayern Munich, but only time will tell. KDB plays it short. De Bruyne, Goretzka to Gnabry. Couldn't quite look to curl it. De Bruyne waiting for the ball over the top. Hoffenheim find Kramaric. He gets tackled there by Sula. Thiago Alcantara drops back. KDB looking to surge forward there. Nearly gets caught and can't get the pass away. Straight at Ruddy. Kimmich now looking to play it short. Finds Nikolaus Schuler. Goretzka goes for goal! And it's Milik to put it into the crowd. Milik, the newly signed Polish international from Napoli, has missed a sitter. Would you fucking believe it? Hoffenheim trying to bring it out from the back. Coutinho hunting down the supposed loose ball there. Ruddy. Bayern trying to press Hoffenheim. But it's a good ball over the top. Into space. Hoffenheim collect. And nearly score. Starting the second half now. Very tight between both sides. Neither stamping their authority on the match. But Hoffenheim come out firing quick from the get-go. It's Hoffenheim to get the first shot on target in the second half. Gnabry trying to create a counter-attack. Takes two heavy touches. Milik, a good little flick onto Goretzka. And Kramaric and Hoffenheim trying to counter-attack. Kramaric is a pretty good budget striker as well. Really good on Football Manager. The former Leicester player as well. So, once again, if you're doing like an EPL career mode, you should be able to easily pick him up because he has played in the country before. And Sul gets the header out away there. 0-0 in the 56th minute. Hoffenheim continuing to press forward. KDB, Thiago Alcantara, and Gnabry looking to get the flick on here. But Hoffenheim look the more dominant force now within this second half. David Alaba wins the ball. KDB looking to flick it on straight at Grilic. And my team is exhausted. We're going to have to look to bring on our triple threat substitution soon. Goretzka trying to stop Hoffenheim's attack. Bounces off the Hoffenheim attack. And it's Kramaric to get a tremendous shot on target there. Neuer's kept us in this one. Goretzka now trying to create a Bayern Munich attack. KDB to Milik. Back to Thiago Alcantara. Milik sees the through ball to Goretzka. It's Goretzka from right central midfield to break the deadlock here just before the 69th minute. It's Goretzka from midfield. It wasn't the attacking midfield. It wasn't the front three. They've been quite toothless at the start of this career series. But it's Leon Goretzka to save the points here today. Alright, it's time to make a substitution. To be fair, my team was exhausted at the start of this match with fixture congestion. We're going to bring on Thomas Muller, Kingsley Coleman, and Davies. We're also missing the focal point of this team. Robert Lewandowski is not here, so only time will tell how consequential that is for the series. Hoffenheim looking to bring something back and nearly score there. KDB, Kevin De Bruyne, finds Goretzka in space again. It's Goretzka to come up clutch for this match. And if he doesn't get man of the match, I don't know what to say. It's definitely well deserving. 2-0 there in the 86th. Bayern Munich were relentless and ungiving. And that is why we're victorious. Goretzka looking to bend it. What a beauty. An outstanding performance from him. 2-0 is the scoreline. That's definitely what we need. Davies there. The Canadian international trying to hunt it down. And Hernandez manages to get the clearance. Will we get one last late counter-attack here? Thiago Alcantara is exhausted. But he's surging forward there. Thomas Muller couldn't quite get onto that through ball. But I like what he did there. So, unfortunately, guys, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching episode 2 of the Bayern Munich Career Series. We started off the series well, beating Hertha Berlin. Unfortunately, we've had a hiccup losing to Schalke, and we've only just narrowly beaten Hoffenheim. There are a lot of top-notch quality teams in the Bundesliga that we have to watch out for, that are all fighting for European places, and the Bundesliga itself. Schalke, Dortmund, Wolfsburg, Hoffenheim, Rasenball Leipzig, Werder as well, Bayer Leverkusen. There are so many solid career mode squads, and they're all fighting for those top spots. 2 matches, the first of which is against Borussia Dortmund in the Klassiker, and then we face Bayer Leverkusen. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on, and let me know in the comments feedback and suggestions and players you would like me to sign in January. So Robert Lewandowski is back from his injury, but he does have a little bit of a niggle. Unfortunately, KDB, Kevin De Bruyne, is out with an injury, so he will not be playing in the derby this time around. The season is at a very tight and contentious point. 3 teams, after 10 games played, sit on 25 points. Myself, Borussia Dortmund, and Hertha Berlin. We managed to beat them earlier on in the season 2-1, but it looks like they're going to be making a claim for top 4, top 3, over the likes of Schalke and Wolfsburg. We've beaten Dortmund once this season 1-0. Hopefully we can do it here today. So far in this career series, we have signed 2 players, KDB and Muller from Napoli. Let's get stuck into Dortmund. It looks like they're already getting stuck into us. 10 minutes in. Axel Witsel surging forward. And Haaland drops on the deck. Callahan, the former Napoli man. Royce has an acre of space there. Haaland and Dortmund fluff up the chance. We're using Fiverr's realism mod and also the no crowd mod. But Robert Lewandowski still goes to the towards the stands to celebrate. Robert Lewandowski, back from his injury, did miss a fair few matches. Has started off the scoring here against his former side and does a backflip of all things. Robert Lewandowski and Thomas Muller, for now, seem to be on the same wavelength. Gets the shot on target there against Berkey. From the corner kick now, it's Joshua Kimmich to deliver it in. Saul wins the header, but it went straight at Berkey. Didn't really challenge him. Thorgan Hazard gets the shot away. A cold reception. That's in reference to Matt Hummels, the former Bayern Munich player. Lewandowski's turned his man, and it's a goal. Robert Lewandowski has scored a brace. 2-0 there just before the 33rd. What technical ability and a finish Robert Lewandowski has. Turning his man, opening up the space. It's really a magnificent goal. Dortmund trying to claw back in this one. Sancho, Haaland, back to Götze. Haaland, Götze scores. It's Mario Götze, who has gone from Bayern into Dortmund a fair few times. He is back to his old home. Starting off the score there for Dortmund. 2-1. 8 goals this series. Kimmich. Muller. Robert Lewandowski. Bringing in Coutinho. David Alaba. Charging forward from left back. Looking for the overlapping run. Thomas Muller back to Robert Lewandowski for his hat-trick. It's Robert Lewandowski to make it 3-1 and to score his first hat-trick of the career series. What a strike, a stick of dynamite for the Polish international. Starting to make some substitutions here now as my team is a little bit knackered. I don't like the stamina they've got now. So Coleman can come on along with Milik and Alphonso Davies. I actually kind of like Davies as more of a central to left sided player, but playing him on the right wing, allowing him to cut in with his left, He still hasn't got that. He's not like Iron Robin, per se, and I don't expect him to be. But that pace opens up so much opportunity, that 95 rapid, high-octane attack. He's got incredible passing acclimate. If he can get someone who's got the finishing, they can score. Goretzka there scores his first goal of the match from a great through ball from Milik. It's 4-1. 5 goals in the Bundesliga for Goretzka. Muller, being a bit part player in this series as he's getting older, has come up clutch to replace the KDB attacking midfield role. Kimmich there, charging forward, trying to create a Bayern counter-attack. Davies now, look at this pace, blitzkrieging away from Hummels. Muller turns his man, and it's a goal. 5-1. We've had an absolute blowout of a scoreline. 5-1. The other fixtures in this career series were quite conservative, but this time around we've had the biggest one of the career series so far, and it's in the Klassiker. From the neutral perspective, what a Classico this is. Muller surging for the 6th. Milik to Thiago Alcantara. Exhausted, just runs into the line of Piszczek. And that's it. The full-time whistle has blown. We've managed to beat Borussia Dortmund here today. And Robert Lewandowski gets the hat-trick and the ball for the man of the match, as he scored 3. 5-1 against Dortmund, and now we sit atop of the Bundesliga. Okay guys, welcome to the second match of today's episode. After 12 games played, we sit on 31 points. Wolfsburg, the Wolves are chasing us down in second with 30 points. Dortmund in third, Hertha fourth, RB Leipzig in fifth, Hoffenheim in 6th, Freiburg in 7th, Bayer Leverkusen and Schalke nearly dropping out of the top 10. They're only just in it, with 5 as realism mod as well. We can see the full table. Paderborn and Union Berlin in the relegation scrap. Weghorst is Wolfsburg's top goal scorer. Now, speaking of goal scorers, unfortunately ours is injured again. Robert Lewandowski and KDB are still injured now. So Robert Lewandowski came back from his injury, scored a hat-trick, now he's injured again. So only time will tell to see how this will impact overall the career series, because the spine of our team has been ripped out. Muller and Milik are the replacements. Hopefully we can still be competitive in the UEFA Champions League and can seal the Bundesliga. But Bayer Leverkusen, I'm going to think of another thing. We're going to be playing them here today. Let's have a look at this squad. Who do they even have anymore? Kevin Volland, Bailey. They've got the Benders. I just couldn't remember who was sort of their clutch and crucial player. Jonathan Tah, Kai Havertz. Like, who was their number one player before Javier Hernandez left? But they've still got a lot of good players. They've got that really good Finnish goalkeeper as well. Muller here on the break. Now, at the start of this career series, I wasn't actually going to play with him too much, but he's managed to create a fantastic passing opportunity to Milik, and he's come up clutch. It's Milik, the former Napoli man, signing for £35 million, who was transfer listed by Napoli. They weren't interested in him. They elected to go with Mertens, and now he's found his new home in Bavaria, in Munich. It's Milik to score his 8th goal of the Bundesliga. Man, I love Milik. He's really stepped up to the Robert Lewandowski role. Goretzka now goes for goal. It's 2-0 and puts it on a plate. I've actually kind of been disappointed with Gnabry and Coutinho's overall goal scoring output. We're heavily relying on Goretzka from right side midfield, and of course Robert Lewandowski and the likes of Milik up front. Gnabry looking to create an opportunity. Burns past Bender. It's Gnabry now to put it on a plate for no one. Palacios clears. God damn it. Sul finds Thiago. Back to Muller with a good little flick on. Milik back to Coutinho from range. He's put it well over the bar. Palacios. A little bit of back and forth. Ping pong there on the touchline. Muller back to Goretzka. Milik sees the run of Thomas Muller. It's Muller. Oh, gets tackled, but should it have been a foul? Maybe. Oh, nice little fake shot there by Leon Bailey. Kevin Volland continues to surge forward, but can't quite push on. Leon Bailey, the Jamaican international. The biggest rumour for him is Chelsea, I think. But they managed to get a goal here from a sloppy piece of Bayern Munich defensive display. We've conceded a goal from a corner kick, which I can't fucking stand, just before the 59th there. It's Tapsoba? Tapsoba. I think that's how you say his name. Time to make some substitutions here now to hold on to this 2-1 result. Milik and Goretzka have done the hard yards. Let's bring on Davies, Kingsley Coleman, and I've actually made the decision to play Ivan Perisic as a substitutional striker, as most of my strikers are injured. He's more left sort of sided. Earlier on, the last couple of years, you could play him centrally more, but this time around we're playing as a striker. It's going to be interesting to see how that sort of works. Kimmich from the corner kick, 2-1 up. Can Bayern Munich get one last late goal here? Hernandez wins it. Defensive-wise, I've been quite impressed with the back two of Sul and Hernandez. They've got a really good partnership. And even though David Alaba has gone down in overall potential, he's played really well this series. And Kimmich, you could argue, is maybe a little bit wasted at right back, but he's one of the better and top-notch you can get in Europe. Ivan Perisic there makes it 3-1, scoring his 5th goal of the season. Jonathan Tah trying to bring it out from the back. Ivan Perisic manages to claim it. Thiago Alcantara back to Perisic. Puts it on a plate here for Thomas Muller from range. It's nearly 4-1. So after that goal going in for Bayern, they're sort of galvanised by this, and it's Ivan Perisic scores a brace. 4-1, leading from the front. I'd love in career mode if I was like playing him consistently as a striker, his overall card would convert to that. However, that's not the case, unlike in Football Manager. However, Ivan Perisic there has come up trumps, leading from the front as an inverted striker. Perisic with a good little back heel there. Kingsley Coleman to make it 5, and he does. It's Kingsley Coleman, the French international, to seal Bayern Munich's 5-1 victory. And we've had an absolute goal fest, a goal montage of an episode here. 12 goals in total, 10 from Bayern Munich. And Coleman scored his first goal of the Bundesliga, adding a goal to his already illustrious career. He is one of the youngest players who's won like the most amount of trophies. Like, when you think about it, like, you forget that he won a trophy at Juventus. He won a trophy at PSG in the French league, and obviously winning countless trophies in Bavaria. In today's episode, we have 2 matches, the first of which is against Wolfsburg in the Bundesliga, and then we face RB Leipzig. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on, and let me know in the comments players you would like me to sign. So guys, unfortunately for this Bayern Munich Career Mode series, we've had an abundance of injuries. The spine, the proverbial spine, has been ripped out of this team. We've lost Robert Lewandowski to injury. We've had to bring in Milik, the Polish international from Napoli, as a replacement on a really good deal. He was transfer listed at Napoli. We signed him for £35 million. KDB, Kevin De Bruyne, we spent 150 million or so on the best attacking midfielder in the world to sort of link, create, and bind and fuse this team together. That hasn't worked out. And now we've just lost Goretzka. So we've had to tweak and change this team somewhat. So I have Milik leading the line now. I have Thomas Muller in the attacking midfield. And now we've got Ivan Perisic in the central midfield. And now we're facing Wolfsburg, who have had a tremendous season. Weghorst up front has often been the top goal scorer of the Bundesliga. So he's absolutely hungry and keen for this match. So it's going to be interesting to see how overall these injuries affect our attempt at going for the treble. Muller to Milik. Charging forward. It's Milik. He has to shoot. And it's a good shot on target against Wolfsburg. We're hosting them here today at the Allianz Arena. Let's get stuck into it. Milik wins the header here. Joshua Kimmich trying to get the follow-up there. It's Sul to win the header. But it wasn't to be. Wolfsburg getting stuck into us. Weghorst. Arnold. Saar. Back to Arnold. A nice little bit of hocus-pocus skill move. There's Weghorst to make it 1-0. It's the Austrian international striker to make it 1-0 in the 19th. Weghorst, I signed him from my Leicester City career series. 12 goals this season in the Bundesliga. A phenomenal career mode player. I do recommend him. If you want a tall, robust, not as agile player, but a good sort of... If you need a target man, let's say, in the substitutional role, I highly recommend him. Perisic back to Milik now, looking to turn. Will he live up to Robert Lewandowski's legacy? It's Perisic to Muller, and Thomas Muller has come up clutch for this series. I thought, honestly, he was a little bit old. He was a little bit past it. We need to use him as a bit part squad player where we need him. But we've called him up. He's back in the first team, and he's coming up trumps for us. 1-1. Arnold. João Victor to tag it there. Back to João. It's João Victor to Weghorst. Neuer with the punch away there. 1-1 still against the Wolves. Gerhard. To João Victor. Milik wins the header, but puts it straight back into danger. Gnabry there. He's had a poor season for us, which is interesting because he had a phenomenal series in my Arsenal career. But Wolves go Wolfsburg go 2-1 there. Wolfsburg. Yeah, unfortunately to a Yannick Gerhard goal. Gnabry back to Thomas Muller. Milik now, and Brooks, the American international, holds fast. Neuer has to come out here to stop the run of Saar. Hernandez, Thomas Muller, back to Ivan Perisic. Played him as an inverted striker in the last episode where we scored 10 goals. And conceded 2, so that was a hell of an episode there. Hopefully we can have a similar one here today. 35 yards out, didn't go for the 3 kick, played it short. Milik gets the shot away, looking to bend it. Wolfsburg dominating this match. They're having an absolute laugh against us at home. 2-1, through balls, aerial balls, you name it. Wolfsburg are absolutely giving it to us here, and trying to create a counter-attack from it is tough. Muller back to Milik, a good little back heel, pushing away. Coutinho wasn't the best of passes. Coutinho and Gnabry have seriously let me down in this career series, and my team is absolutely exhausted. My players that really were fantastic and stood up are goddamn injured. Goretzka, KDB, Robert Lewandowski are out. And it's been reflected in the scoreline here, losing to Wolves 2-1. Okay, guys, welcome to the second match of today's episode. After playing 20 matches in the Bundesliga, we sit 1 point clear of Dortmund. Wolfsburg in third, RB Leipzig in fourth, Hertha pushing for that top 5 spot, and Weghorst has scored 17 goals. A lot more than Timo Werner. But we've got some fortunate news. Robert Lewandowski, KDB, and Goretzka have come back from their injury. Goretzka still has a small injury, but we're going to make him play for this one as we need the points against RB Leipzig. Rasenball Leipzig, of course, Red Bull Leipzig. Let's have a look at Julian Nagelsmann's squad in match day 21 of the Bundesliga campaign. Timo Werner is the second top goal scorer of the Bundesliga, so we're going to have to watch out for him. They're playing Bakambu on the right, really? That's interesting. Still got the Hungarian goalkeeper, Eric Bailly. They've had some really interesting investment, and Danny Alamo as well. Wow. Julian Nagelsmann and the Rasenball Leipzig board have gone out and splashed the cash. They brought in a new defender, Eric Bailly. I love that career signing. If you can sort of quash and get out his injury woes. He's a really good player, Eric Bailly. I kind of wish he's just been really unlucky, especially at Manchester United in real life. He was a phenomenal defender when he played at Villarreal. A little bit hot-tempered, a little bit rash going into challenges, but on FIFA and Career Mode and Football Manager, he's always a top-notch player. The physicality of him and the defensive intelligence is always a really good player to snatch up, and you always can get him on a cut price as well because of his injury woes. But RB Leipzig gets the first real chance here just before the 24th. They've also signed Bakambu. They don't have Yusuf Poulsen. So Bakambu and Timo Werner, two very quick strikers you got to watch out for. Gnabry hits the post there. Really should have clutched that one. And with the follow-up as well, misses. Gnabry is having a terrible season at Bayern Munich this time around. I don't know. He's a fantastic player. He was awesome in my Arsenal career. And last year when I played as Bayern in FIFA 19, he played a lot better than this. Bakambu now, coming from China. Danny Alamo puts it straight in the path of Hernandez, who clears. Alamo to Timo. Bakambu, I thought he nearly put that one in. That was a close one. Goretzka. Robert Lewandowski gets the ball over the top to KDB, and that's what he needed. A clutch goal there from KDB. Kevin De Bruyne back into the squad, surging from attacking midfield. Some nice 1-2 interplay with Robert Lewandowski. Both of them are on the same wavelength, and Bayern Munich are finally now oozing with confidence going forward. 7 goals this season for KDB. De Bruyne. Goretzka back to Robert Lewandowski. Coutinho now finds another run to De Bruyne. Can he make it 2? And he can't quite score his brace. Imagine where Wolfsburg would be if they still kept on to KDB. Just bombing it forward to Weghorst. They'll probably win the series. The career series, to be honest. KDB. Another ball over the top. That seems to be the only way to beat RB Leipzig here. Just unorthodox aerial through balls. KDB somehow gets the flick away. Robert Lewandowski to make it 2-0, and he does. And now we have this forward momentum and consistency because my players are back. My spine's back in the squad. It's time to do a triple substitution here. Milik, Coleman, and Muller going forward now. Milik drops all the way back to allow his teammates to go forward. Goretzka back to KDB. Thomas Muller turns his man. 2-1 up against Rasenball Leipzig at the Allianz Arena. Muller keeps on going, beats one, beats two, finds KDB. And he's been denied his brace again. From the corner kick here now, Joshua Kimmich. Quiet but consistent in this career series. That's what I like. If they're sort of flying under the radar, they're doing their job properly in defence, particularly. You can't say that for the forwards, of course. Adams to Campbell, trying to find Bakambu or Timo Werner. They've been quite absent in this career series. De Bruyne intercepts. Milik turns his man. Milik beats two. He has to go for goal. It's Milik! That should have gone in. Martinez, the Colombian international from Atalanta, has signed for Chelsea. Interesting. We've blown our budget for the window, but maybe we should have invested in him earlier on the season. Nah, I can't not shake Milik. Milik has been superb this season. Coleman now, trying to find Milik. Hernandez gets the shot. Still 2-0. The Hungarian goalkeeper tries to clear it. He's quite old, but he's a really highly rated player. He's good on Football Manager. Bakambu trying to find Subica. Konate coming on from Upacano. Werner. That's a good through ball, but couldn't connect with it. And Bayern Munich are going to come out 2-0 victors against Julian Nagelsmann's Rasenball Leipzig. And we've managed to push on from our injury-woed position. I can't wait to see how this career series ends up. Here today we have the final match of the season, which will decide the season. We have mathematically won it, of course. Weghorst was the top goal scorer for Wolfsburg. Dortmund finished in second, Wolfsburg in third, Hertha Berlin in fourth. We have made it all the way to the UEFA Champions League final against PSG, Paris Saint-Germain. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like. Subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on. Let me know in the comments feedback and suggestions for the series, and if you would like to see Season 2, or maybe I should move over to another top European side. So overall this season, we have won the Bundesliga after playing 33 games. Unfortunately, due to our injury woes, we were dumped out of the domestic cup, the Pokal, because we had a really string of just terrible injuries. Robert Lewandowski was out, KDB, and Goretzka. But fortunately enough for me, we've made it all the way to the UEFA Champions League final. In the semis, PSG beat their arch rivals, Lyon, Ronaldo, Dele Alli, and would you believe it, Lock Remy, the former Newcastle boy. Or player, rather. He's the top goal scorer for Lille. A couple of other interesting things to note. PSG knocked them out, Lyon, in the semi-finals. Also, Celtic won the Europa League, which is crazy to see. But we're facing PSG, Paris Saint-Germain here. And unfortunately, we can't play our strongest first team. Coutinho is out with an injury, so Coleman's going to have to come in. KDP's picked up way too many yellow cards. KDB has been an absolute disaster of RNG this season. He's had injuries, he's had red cards, he's been so unlucky Fortunately enough for me, Goretzka is still being able to play for this match. He's going to have to play through with a small niggle. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this UEFA Champions League final ends up. Thomas Tuchel has taken them all the way to the final. Neymar was brought in to Paris Saint-Germain for this very reason, to win the UEFA Champions League. But the Bavarians, obviously we need to avenge that loss to Chelsea. We need to sort of harken back when we beat Borussia Dortmund in the UEFA Champions League final. Let's have a look at Psg Squad, how well they've rebuilt theirs, and what we're coming up against. So they're playing a 4-2-4. Icardi, Mbappe, Neymar leading the line, along with Angel Di Maria, Navas in goal, Meunier, Silva, Marquinhos, Juan Bernat in the defensive line, Draxler and Verratti as a two-man pivot in midfield. Okay, they're pushing a lot of players forward. We just need to beat them in midfield and we'll win. Coleman. Robert Lewandowski drops back, gets tackled directly into the path of Draxler. A really sneaky and slick piece of skill moves there with the fake pass. Neymar now on the break against Neuer. And the Parisians go 1-0 up just before the 8th minute there. It's Neymar Jr. to make it 1-0. And Manuel Neuer has capitulated 10 minutes in. That's outstanding. That's something special there by the Brazilian international, carving through our defense like carving a cake, scoring his 6th goal of the league. Goretzka. Thiago Alcantara. David Alaba looking to thread the through ball in. Back to Thiago. Goretzka turns Verratti. Robert Lewandowski turns Thiago Silva. It's Robert Lewandowski to make it 1-1 and answer Neymar's goal in rapid succession. Just before the 16th minute there, Thomas Muller coming to celebrate with him in an empty stadium due to the current crisis in the world. Robert Lewandowski gets on the score sheet. Muller back to Robert Lewandowski. The Bavarians are surging forward here. Gnabry is offside. Come on, mate. You've got the rapid pace, speed and power. You could have tempered your run perhaps a little bit. Thiago Alcantara. Back to Robert Lewandowski. Goretzka turns his man. Gnabry's in acres of space. Finish it! Yes! Serge Gnabry to make it 2-1 just before the 26th minute there. Has had a slow and inconsistent season. I'm not going to lie. I don't know why. Maybe he's sort of been potentially the 3rd, the 4th player in that link-up play. But he has seemed absent this season. Along with Coutinho, it's been the KDB, Robert Lewandowski, Thomas Muller and Milik show mostly. Mbappe now 1-on-1, and it's Kylian Mbappe 2-2. 4 goals within 40 minutes, and it's Kylian Mbappe to make it 2-2. And it is absolute ping-pong in this match. There's a small crowd there by the look of it. That's weird. That's the first time I've actually seen that. That must be a glitch for this particular stadium. I am using the no crowd mod, only available on the PC version of FIFA. But that's the only time I've seen it there. Thiago Alcantara trying to save the forward attacking run from Robert Lewandowski. An interesting formation PSG are playing. I don't know how realistic that is to real life. I don't watch PSG overly too much. Obviously, there's no football in the world. But beforehand, were they really playing? Oh, surely that's offside. I was going to say, surely they're not playing a top-heavy 4 at the front. I know they lack significant reinforcements in midfield. Maybe I should play as PSG. Maybe we should take the PSG job after this. Let me know in the comments. Thomas Muller there has made it 3-2 just before the 49th, breaking away with a really good cutback. And I've got to apologise to Thomas Muller. I wanted him to be a bit part squad player, but he has been absolute world class in this series. I can't thank him enough. I need to pick him up in more career modes. Timo Werner's on the move. Maybe we could take the RB Leipzig job. But Icardi has answered Thomas Muller's goal within the 56 minutes. 6 goals in this UEFA Champions League final. From the neutral perspective, this is the type of match you want. Juan Bernat charging forward here. Finds Verratti, a nice 1-2 pass with Neymar. Neymar burns Joshua Kimmich. Finds Verratti on the overlap. It's Mbappe and Neuer with the save. Will this match go to extra time? It's time to make some substitutions now, though. We've got limited reinforcements available to us. We'll try and do our best. Ivan Perisic, Milik, and Di Maria. Icardi, get it out. Perisic back on the ball. Joshua Kimmich. Alphonso Davies coming on the right. Thiago Alcantara, Milik. Looking to thread through Thomas Muller. And it's a poor placed pass. Neymar back to Juan Bernat. Davies coming in here. Davies with a fantastic interception. But one of the cult favourites for this series was Alphonso Davies. Coleman there can't thread through the attack. Muller looking for Alphonso Davies. The Canadian international has broken away here with rapid pace. Finish it! It's Alphonso Davies, the teenager, to make it 4-3 in the 88th there. The Canadian international, the embodiment and regen, you could say, of David Alaba, has surged forwards here and scored a cracking goal into the top right-hand corner here. I don't believe it. It's snatch and grab here in the dying moments. And Alphonso Davies has come up clutch. Looking for his second. Can't quite beat Marquinhos. But I think that's it. I think she's all over it. Over 7 goals in the UEFA Champions League final. And Bayern Munich, under the captainship of Manuel Neuer and managerial of myself, we've won the UEFA Champions League. We didn't have our strongest first team, but in this final and like overall in the season, but I've had an absolute blast playing with Bayern Munich. Unfortunately, we couldn't do the treble, which I attribute to our injury woes. However, we've gone and done the double, which I think is respectable enough to leave this first season here. If not, maybe we can move on to another team. Maybe PSG. We still haven't played as Atletico. There's still a fair few Premier League sides, and those in Serie A, Inter, AC Milan. There is a fair few, of course. Here is the squad. Let's have a look at the stats for the season, because overall, I'm sure you're curious to see. So Milik scored 19 goals, along with Robert Lewandowski. They both played 36 games. KDB scored 16, Ivan Perisic 14, along with Goretzka. Coutinho not scoring that many though. But thank you very much for watching Season 1 of the Ultimate Difficulty 5's Realism Modded Realism Career Mode. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know other career series you would like me to do. 1 league title, 1 Continental Cup. Or maybe you'd like to see Season 2. Maybe we can try and achieve the treble next season in Season 2. Let me know what you decide. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're not enjoying the series, feel free to leave a dislike. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Highly recommend Twitter. Every single time I post a video, a tweet goes out. It's much more reliable than the YouTube sub box these days. To get all the notifications for the channel, you have to click subscribe, of course, and the bell to join the notification squad. I do enjoy reading those comments. If you guys want want to get yourself some cheap and reliable games, maybe some PSN and Xbox codes to buy packs for Ultimate Team, or maybe just some games, I really recommend checking out my affiliation link, G2A. There's some really good prices, so even just looking around, to be honest. Anyway, the Patreon Steam group there as well. Come and join the community on Steam. My name has been Simpzy. Stay tuned for more videos on the channel. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye. Mahrez whips it into the box. Royce! That is just ridiculous. With the layup, Marco Reus